Hello guys, my name is Peter and welcome back to SWTOR Central. In today's video I'm going to showing you a full class guide about Juggernaut. This is going to be 6.0 class guide, how it will work, what changed, and what are the new tactical items and what are the set bonuses for the Juggernaut class. Now the first to introduce you the new ability for Juggernaut, it is Rabid Führer. Now in case if you don't know what Rabid Führer is, it says there, consumes all ability of Rabid Führer and applies Rabid Führer stacks to you. Each stack increases your next direct single target melee attack by 25%, and it will consume whenever you deal damage with these attacks. Rechargeability changes every 30 seconds. As you see, the cooldown is 27, almost 27 second. Reason behind it, because I put it a set bonus on it. That's why it's like lowered down a little bit of a cooldown. But I will let you know the set bonuses or anything. So what does this Rabid Führer do, guys? So the Rabid Führer is pretty much, if you activate it, you will have 4 stacks of these all the time. And with these 4 stacks, what you can do is pretty much you can go ahead and activate it and just deals damage. That's what it will do. Of course, if you have a tactical or a sub bonus with it, it will stack you up much easier and much faster, but I will get to that later. So that is the new ability for the Juggernaut. Now let's get on with the set bonuses, what the Juggernaut have in terms of set bonuses. The first set bonus that we are going to be talking about is the Descent of the Fearless. Now the Descent of the Fearless armor set bonus will give you on 2, because it has now 3 set bonuses for this one. If you're getting 2 of them, you will getting 2% mastery. If you're getting 4 set bonuses for this, that means you are taking damage, has a slight chance to building Rabid Führer charge, can only occur once every 5 seconds. And the last one is dealing damage, has a 5% chance to build a Rabid Führer charge. This can only occur every 5 seconds. So what this means, this set bonus, if you are taking damage or dealing damage, has a chance to build a simple Rabid Führer charge. So if you see here, I'm just going ahead and attack some persons, and all of a sudden, because of this set bonus, I will get 1 plus Rabid Führer charge, and I can use that, go ahead and use it, and then I can go ahead and get a bonus attack for it. It's a really decent set bonus, to say the least, but this one is only good if you are really focused on like big bonus damage. This one is, I think, at the like very good at the beginning if you are going for absolute big bursts, if you are attacking for an operation boss, or if you are doing some PvP to burst the first target. That one I think is really good in terms of set bonus wise. Otherwise it's just really good to focus on a Rabid Führer. The next set bonus that we're gonna focus is the Perfect Form set bonus. If you're getting 2 set bonus, it will give you 2% mastery. If you're getting 4 set bonus, it will put your Vicious Slash and Massacre deal 5% more damage. Vicious Slash is the Juggernaut ability, and the Massacre is the Marauder ability, but we're focusing here on the Juggernaut main time. And the 6 bonus, set bonus, is giving Vicious Slash, Massacre, and Sweeping Slash add vicious thrust stacks to their target, stacking up to 5 times. Killing an enemy with vicious thirst stacks increases your damage deal by 3%, stacks up to 10 seconds. So pretty much, if you're starting to kill enemies, the enemies will getting a debuff called Vicious Thirst. And if you're killing them while they having this Vicious Thirst, you will also gonna get this Vicious Thirst stacks. And that Vicious Thirst stacks is going to increase your damage by 3% per stack. Obviously, this is very good if you're just going ahead and killing some enemy, like small ads at the very beginning, and then you're going to go ahead and focus on the main boss. I think that way is really good, because you can go ahead, if you just kill free ad with Vicious Slash, Massacre, or Sweeping Slash. In this case, we're talking about Vicious Slash and Sweeping Slash. You can go ahead and get around 9% of damage increase, and then you can go ahead and focus on your main target bag. That means a boss fight Or in PvP, this one I'm not really recommending, but it's up to you guys. This could be a really, really good set bonus. I really, really like this one. The next set bonus is going to be the Nimble Master set bonus. Now for the Nimble Master, this one only require 2 set bonuses. So it has one at the very beginning with 2 set bonus. If you're getting 2 of them, you are getting 2% alacrity. And if you're getting 4 set bonuses, the force charge gets 2 charges. Now this is actually really, really good. So let's just say that you're using the same ability, like if you're going to force sleep or force charge to someone, you will go ahead and use force push and then just charge him again. Now this time you don't need to do that. You will just go ahead, force charge it, mad dash out of the way, and then just going in there again. The example is right there. If you want, you would just go in, force sleep, and after that mad dash back and force charge back in there. This one is a really, really good one, especially if you spec yourself in the discipline system. If you spec yourself as immobilizing your target, that way they can go ahead and just wait until the immobilization is over for 3 seconds, and then you can go ahead and leap him again for immobilizing the target again. This one is, I think, very, very can be effective for PvP. Not so much so in PvE, I think, but if you want, you can choose it whatever you want to. The next set bonus is the Lord of Pain's set bonus. The Lord of Pain one, in 2 set bonus, it gives you 3% of armor. On 4 set bonus, it gives you the Threatening Scream's cooldown reduced by 5 seconds. And on 6 set bonus, the Threatening Scream increases your damage reduction by 5% and each enemy you hit. This effect lasts 10 seconds. This one is a tanking one. So the Threatening Scream, of course, is the AoE ability. So this one is mainly for tanks. And as you see, it reduces the cooldown for 5 seconds and also increases your damage reduction. And damage reduction is only needing for tanks. So it will just increase your damage reduction for 5% for 10 seconds. And after that, once you can go ahead and hit the AoE ability again, it will go ahead and do damage reduction for you. This one is very, very useful for tanks. If you're just in a big boss fight or if you're just doing PvP as well. This one is really effective for both PvE and PvP as well if you're a tank. But this I think is very, very, very decent one. The next set bonus where we're gonna go is the Force-Bound armor set. Now the Force-Bound armor set is giving you, on 2 set bonus, it's giving you 2% accuracy, and on 4 stacks, the enemies affected by intimidating roar have greatly reduced accuracy for 6 seconds after intimidating roar wears off. So what this means is if the person's, this one I think it can be very effective for either both PvP and PvE as well, but I think it's more effective on PvP because you will using the intimidating roar ability there a lot. So if you're just going, there is like 3 or 4 enemies stacking on you, you would just use intimidating roar to stun them. But as soon as the intimidating roar gets wear off, their accuracy, the enemy's accuracy, is going down for 6 seconds. That means there is a less chance they can hit you, and that means their DPS slash heal or whatever. On heal, you don't really need accuracy, but on damage, you definitely need accuracy for some classes. So this one is, I think, much more effective for PvP classes for sure. And the last set bonus that I'm going to be talking about is the Flawless Riposte set bonus. Now this one is giving you 2% mastery at 2 set bonus. On 4 set bonus, the retaliation has no cooldown. And on 6 set bonus, taking the damage during Endure Pain, which is the bonus healing ability for Juggernauts, grants retaliation strikes, increasing the damage of your next retaliation by 10% per stack. So obviously during the Endure Pain, you're taking a lot of damage, of course, and it will gives you retaliation stacks. And with those, if you're getting like 4, 3, if the next retaliation you will hit you can go ahead, let's just say you have 3 stacks, and you can go ahead and deal 30% more damage with retaliation. Now the retaliation is not really usable that much for juggernauts, I personally think. However, on focus, if you are a rage juggernaut, this can be really effective because the retaliation effect goes more in there in rage instead of vigilance, I think, but it's not really used like on the live servers before Onslaught came out. This one is not really used very well. Like, as you see, cannot be parried, dodged, or missed. This one is going to be 100% hit no matter what, which is really, really good. And if you can stack it up really well, then maybe you can hit around between 15 or 20k damage, depending on that. Now, that's it for the set bonuses. Let's get on with the tactical items. First, let's talk about the general tactical items for, this one is more for both Juggernaut and Marauder as well. The first one is the Rancor's Tail. Now the Rancor's Tail, what it gives you, if you're activating a Saber Ward, it finishes the cooldown of Force Push. So this means if you're activated the cooldown, the Saber Ward is one of the cooldowns for Juggernaut, it will automatically like finishes the cooldown of Force Push. So that means you can go ahead and do another Force Push, and then you can leap to the target and go ahead and continue DPSing there or tanking. That is the first one. Now the next one is Embrace the Pain. Now Embrace the Pain is giving you an ability if you're using Endure Pain and you're taking damage while you are in Endure Pain, it reduces the cooldown of Enraged Defense by 10 seconds per hit. This effect cannot occur more than every 2 seconds. So what this means, guys, this one is, I think, very, very effective, by the way, guys. This can go for both DPS jug and tanking jugs as well. Now, let's just say you are in a bigger boss fight right now, for example, in Osis, in this example. You already used Enraged Defense. Now the last thing is Endure Pain that is gonna give you like some heals back. Now, with this, every 2 seconds, where the boss is hitting you, it will reduce the cooldown of Enraged Defense. For example, in a bigger PvE instance, or like even an operation, if you're going to hit it by a bunch of adds, they can just go ahead and reduce the cooldown for Enraged Defense like in about 30 or 40 seconds, and you will just need to wait 20 seconds before the Enraged Defense goes down. This one is very, very a very effective tactical item if you want to use it, guys. But of course, keep in mind, guys, that the effect is not going like all the time. So if you just get hit all the time, you will not get the reduced instantly because of so many hits. It is say this effect cannot occur more than once every 2 seconds. So of course, like a bunch of people hit you, and the second is where you're gonna get the 10-second cooldown per hit. And if you hit it by a lot, then of course it will reduce the cooldown instantly, almost for Enraged Defense. This one is very, very powerful tactical item. Keep in mind, guys, if anybody you see in both PvP or PvE, but especially on PvP, I think this one is going to be very, very effective for Juggernauts. The next one is Higher Focus. Now, Higher Focus is just Enrage the build's one Rabbit Fury ability charge. Now, if you're using Enrage, obviously the Enrage one is just giving you Rage, so that means Focus if you are a Jedi Knight. But this one is just going to give you like bonus like Focus or Rage that you can use your abilities. Now with that, if you're using Enrage, it will just instantly giving you a Rabbit Fury ability charge that we talked about. So if you, let's just say if you're 0, you just want to use Enrage, you will also getting 6 stacks of Rage / Focus up, and then you can go ahead and you have one more Rabbit Fury, use your Rabbit Fury ability, and that means you will have 25% more damage from that, and then you will just go ahead and smash some enemies on the line. This one is, I think, a very decent one. Next one is Shielding Shadow. Now, the Shielding Shadow is if you intercede for some person, it gives you 2.5% damage reduction per ally nearby to targets for 6 seconds. So if you are, this one is again, both be effective for PvP and PvE. Let's just say a tank. This one is more of a tanking tactical, but you can of course use it for DPS if you want it, but I recommend that use it more for tanks. And this one is just giving you, like if you're just using your Intercede, it will gives you 2.5% damage reduction. So Intercede is not just giving you 2.5% damage, but all around the area. So if there's 4 people around the person you interceded, those of the persons will getting damage reduction as well. Hopefully I got this one right. I'm not sure about this one. This one is a little bit catchy, but we'll see how it will work on the live servers when we are getting there. Keep in mind, by the way, guys, anytime anything can change. Some of them still not working 100% because we are in a PTS. So keep in mind that everything that I'm saying here is like 98% sure that it will work on the live server when Onslaught will launch. But just to be sharing that one. Now let's get on with the each discipline tactical items. First, I'm gonna go into Vengeance. Now the Vengeance first tactical one is if you're using the Vicious Cycle tactical item, if you're using your Hue ability, which is like the end target pretty much, it will trigger a retaliation that does 30% more damage. Now this one I think can go very well. But again, this is a retaliation ability that does 30% more damage. So, let's just say, this one, as it says, this is a Vengeance Juggernaut tactical. However, if you're using this one in Vengeance, this one, the retaliation ability is not going almost all the time. However, if you're using Rage, that one will work much better, but I will get to that later, the Rage tacticals and all kinds of that stuff. But anyway, if you're using Hue, it will trigger, it automatically just go and you can use retaliation that does 30% more damage. That's about it. Now this tactical can work really well on the Flawless Repost armor set that I talked about with the, if you're using Endure Play and gets retaliation stacks. Now imagine if you're getting also retaliation stacks and also 30% of retaliation damage if you're just using Hue. That one is giving you so much damage for just one ability. Just one ability, which is retaliation. So you can go ahead and focus yourself as a retaliation person if you want that. The next tactical item is Cut to Pieces. Now this one personally is my favorite. And it says when a bleeding thick critical hits. So that means if you are using like the Force Scream, like the AoE ability, Vengeful Slam, or even Impale. Now those are giving bleed attacks or bleed ticks. And if one of them critically hits, it reduces the cooldown of Vengeful Slam by 1 second. So every time you are using Vengeful Slam, Force Scream, Impale, all of those that just giving bleeding bleeding damage for all of those persons nearby, you will get Vengeful Slam by 1 second. You can just go ahead with this and just use almost Vengeful Slam like every 2 or maximum 3 seconds if you are that lucky. I think that one ability is massively OP as hell, because Vengeful Slam is one of the best abilities for Vengeance Juggernaut, and this one will be OP as hell for both PvP and PvE as well. So you can go ahead and AoE all the time as you want. That's why I think it's a very, very powerful one, and it's my favorite. The last Vengeance Juggernaut tactical is the Hema Slash. Now, if you're using this, Vicious Slash refreshes the cooldown of Force Scream, and Impale bleeds on the target. Now, this is what I not understand it, because I think Impale already bleeds on the target, but maybe not in a way as it should. So, with this tactical item, Impale definitely bleeds on the target, and if you're using Vicious Slash, which is like the second ability you were getting for Juggernaut, so like the simple ability, then you can go ahead and it will just instantly refreshes the cooldown for Force Scream, so you can go ahead and use Force Scream again, and Impale as well, because that one is just using more ticks and stuff like that. This one can be very, very good for almost all of the armor sets, to be perfectly honest. Almost all of the armor sets, but especially with the Vicious Slash one. If you're using like the Vicious Slash armor set bonus, so like the perfect one, which is like the perfect form. Sorry, it's called the perfect form, which giving you like Vicious Slash and Massacre 5% more damage. So if you're using that Vicious Slash with a Vicious Slash tactical item, that can be also very OP, just like the Retaliation one. So the next one is the tanking tacticals, which is Immortal Juggernaut. Now the first tactical item is the Horde's Makashi Strike. Now this one is giving Retaliation, consumes Aegis Assault damage reduction, and grants Retaliating Defense, increasing damage reduction by 5% for 20 seconds. What this means, if you are going in for a powerful enemy, you will using Aegis Assault, of course. And Aegis Assault is gonna give you like some kind of damage reduction. And also it will grant Retaliating Defense. So if you're just using Retaliation all the time, Retaliation is going to consume the Aegis Assault damage reduction, which is giving you on your buffs, and grants Retaliating Defense, which is increase also damage reduction for 5%, which is, I think, really, really good for tanks. Next one is the Jawbreaker tactical item for tanks. And if you're using Backhand while invincible, extend the duration of invincible by 5 seconds. This one is, I think, absolutely good. For tanking wise, this one, I don't know, it's my favorite. So if you're using invincible, which is one of your cooldowns for Juggernaut, which is giving you 40% damage reduction, to be perfectly honest. So if you're just getting 40% damage reduction, and after that you will be using Backhand, not just you will using it and it will just give you invincible for 12 seconds or something like that, 10 seconds, sorry, it can give you for 30 or 15 seconds, which is like just a plus 5 seconds of being invincible. Absolutely good cooldown, I think. This one can be very, very used well if you know how to tank in your Immortal Jug, in a Nightmare raiding or anything like that. This one is very, very useful. And the final one for the Immortal Jug is the Leviathan's Hide. Now the Leviathan's Hide is giving Crushing Blow that generates stacks of crushing defense for every enemy it hits. It's granting 2.5% increased damage reduction per stack for 10 seconds, and it can stack up 8 times. Now, so the Crushing Blow ability, which is the AoE ability for Juggernaut. Now, if you're using the Crushing Blow, of course, that one is like a main rotation part of Immortal Jug. And it will generate stacks for crushing defense. So every enemy you hit with that crushing blow, it was stacking up to 2.5% each and increase damage reduction per stack for 10 seconds. So let's just say there's 8 enemies just stacking up. Now, if you're using crushing blow in them, of course they will blow up and they are moving away. But that means you can get 8 times of it. So that means you can get 20% damage reduction for 10 seconds, which is almost like half of the Impale ability, which is, I think, super good. And this one is going for 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds, if you are that lucky, if you are doing some Nim raids and all kinds of that stuff, this one I think is very, very good for more of a PvE area. I don't think it's very, very good for PvP, but it very depends if they are stacking up. They can go superly well, but if they are not stacking up, this one is not gonna give you that much, just only like 2.5% damage reduction, which is, do not get me wrong, it's good, but of course the more is better. So if you're just hitting a bunch of ads at the very beginning of a Nim raid, you will go ahead and get like, I don't know, 10 between 12% of damage reduction, which is, I think, hilariously good for Juggernaut. So this one is very, very good as well. So the next one is the Rage Juggernaut tactical items. And the Rage Juggernaut has 3 tactical items as well. So the first one is the Joiner's Pressure. Now the Joiner's Pressure is activating Force Push on a target affected by Force Crush, grants Impulse Driver, which is increasing your damage deal by 20%. So that means pretty much if you are using Force Crush, after that you will using a Force Push to the enemy, it will just grant Impulse Driver that is increasing your damage deal by 20%, which is really, really good. It's not even saying how long it will last, by the way. I think it was like 3 or 4 seconds, something like that when I tested it. It's a very, very good one, to be perfectly honest, for Rage Juggernaut. Next one is the Sin Second Amulet. Now, the Sin Second Amulet is giving Retaliation, refounds 1 rage, and finishes the cooldown of Furious Strike. This one is really, really good for Rage Juggernauts. So Retaliation is always up almost always up for Rage Juggernauts because it will affect the person, and then you can use Retaliation for him almost all the time. So can you just imagine using Furious Strike, Retaliation, Furious Strike, Retaliation, and then you are always getting 1 rage as well. So imagine using, with the Sin Second Amulet, using this Retaliation, if you're just refounding 1 target, and getting 1 rage, of course, and like reduce the cooldown of Furious Strike. Imagine the Sin Second Amulet tactical item with the Flawless Riposte set bonus with 6. So if you're using Endure Pain as well, Retaliation stacks. Retaliation gives you 10% per stack doing hit. So not just your Retaliation is gonna get really, really good damage deal, but also it will reduce the cooldown for Furious Strike as well, which you will go ahead and hit almost all the time if you're a Rage Juggernaut. So this one can be really good, but with the right armor set. And the last one is the Unknowing Ancient Text. The Unknowing Ancient Text, again, Force Crush builds a rapid fire charge. Pretty much simple. If you're using Force Crush, it will build a rapid fire charge, and then you can go ahead and hit again another 25% of damage for a person. So that's it. That's all of the Juggernaut. Like, this is like a basic guide for it. Currently, there is 6 set bonuses that you can use for Juggernaut. There is 4 simple tactical items that you can use, like a general Juggernaut tactical, and there is 3 for each discipline in terms of tactical items. And I am not really talking about like what is like the current the best accuracy for it and all kinds of that stuff. I'm just introducing the class changes, what it will happen in terms of set bonus, tactical items, all kinds of that stuff. I'm not giving like a guide what is the best meta or all kinds of that stuff for Juggernaut. This is just a showcase how well Juggernaut looking in 6.0 in terms of set bonuses, tactical items, all kinds of that stuff. Are you guys happy with the changes or not? Let me know down in the comment section below. And also let me know which class should I check out next, because there is a couple more. Marauder, Shadow, /Assassin, sorry. There is Sorcerer, there is Bounty Hunter, that means PT and Merc, and there is Operative and Sniper. So there is a lot more. Let me know down in the comment section below which one do you want to see next. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until then, I will catch you guys next time. Peace.